Hey, welcome, eclectic homeschoolers. Thank you for being here. So today we are talking about exploring math everywhere. Homeschool math, how to explore math everywhere. So let's learn to explore math everywhere together. It's actually super simple to do. So for those of you who don't know, I live part-time out of a camper van dubbed the Evergreen Queen, and I've lived in her since 2013. So together, Evergreen Queen and I explore the Eastern Sierra Nevada mountains, looking for the beauty and wonder of math found in her wildflowers, trees, in the sky, sunsets in the sky, on the ground, you name it. I'm just passionate about getting outdoors and seeing what glorious math connections I stumble across next here in the Eastern Sierra. So recently I was taking my morning walk through a lovely Sierra mountain town, and I walked right past the public library, and lo and behold, I found the most beautiful tall snapdragons growing between the sidewalk and the side of the library building. So what did I do? I took a moment to smell the snapdragons. I stopped, I pulled out my camera phone and began closely admiring and photographing the beautiful snapdragons. What did I find? I found a tall stem. It was about 3 feet tall, maybe more like 2.5 feet tall. And so it was a tall stem with closed ovoid flower buds growing in a spiral helix, ready to soon pop open. I found it fascinating that before the flowers open, that they're nearly perfect three-dimensional ovals. Once they open on one end, as snapdragons do, they reveal a cartoonish monster mouth, like this, with bright colors for the pollinators to enter to collect the pollen. So while I was videoing the flower stalk, I observed a bee entering various snapdragons, and it was incredible. What's the math in all of that, right? Firstly, the spiral flowered growth pattern all the way up the tall, thin stem. The stem was about, like I said, about 2.5 feet tall, length, that's math. Spirals are one of nature's most common patterns. Next, the flower buds are in three-dimensional ovals, a geometric shape. So what's so great about observing math like this? It connects math with real life, which answers the age-old childhood question, when are we going to use this in our lives? Well, the plants use math all the time for optimal growth and health, and we eat a lot of plants. So it's like we're eating math, really, and we are eating math. You and your kiddos, starting right in your own backyard, can begin to hone your math and nature observation skills. So not only do you get outdoors for some much needed fresh air and sunshine, seeing these patterns in nature awakens a sense of exploration and creative awe found in nature, right in your own backyard, your neighborhood, local park, local library. Do you have flowers growing around your library? Check it out. Have a look. Can this type of outdoor math exploration replace your current traditional math curriculum? That's totally up to you and your chosen homeschool style. Yes, it can if you choose to deschool, unschool, or relax your homeschool math learning. Otherwise, it's a great way to supplement your current math curriculum. And I invite you right now, here's a special invitation, a special offer for you to join and enroll in my Math Art online unit study course bundle, ideally for kiddos ages 8 and up. Younger siblings often join in the lessons with their older siblings. And I'd like to share some testimonials with you of some of the homeschool parents that have shared with me about their math art learning experience. So let me go ahead and bring up those testimonials here, and I will show you their faces, and we will have a look at their testimonials. So let me do a screen share, and there we go. Boom. So this is my hallmark. This is my top favorite testimonial here. Learner Megan B. She joined me in math art. She was a homeschool student. Now she's like a graduate and I think going to college. So she wrote, math has always been a cold, empty, meaningless subject to me. Now, after taking math art, I realized that math is in fact a helpful tool. Now she's an artist, and so she has actually dyscalculia. So for those who don't know what dyscalculia is, that's a math disability where people literally just cannot remember facts. They don't know their right from their left. They can't tell time. So, she was very open and honest about that and willing to share that. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have children with dyscalculia. And I know I've taught some children that showed signs of it even before Megan. So math art really helped her with her math art. She learned to see geometric shapes and create her artwork using geometric patterns and shape. Desiree wins, homeschool mom. One of my goals this year is to get outside and discover nature more with the kids, but putting together nature studies seems like a daunting task lately. With _GLOW's eScience Math Art online unit studies, the work is already done because I have like a whole course's worth of patterns in nature exploration in math art. Daughter of blogger, Southern mommy of 3, I have honestly never thought about how much detail there is in things in nature around me. I knew I always loved nature and looking at it, but now I will stop and appreciate each detail a little more. So here is the daughter right here. Let me see if I can zoom in, working on her computer. So she actually quoted that there. Next, we come to Tara Scott, homeschool mom, and she writes, we fell in love. I especially loved that the courses all have sections that apply art projects with what has been learned. My daughter is hugely hands-on and loves art projects, so these were the best. Thank you, Tara, for that awesome feedback. So I love how she starts off with, we fell in love. That's awesome. Betty Daly, homeschool mom, wrote, my daughter loved the fun activities that reinforce the lessons. She was mesmerized with the concepts that were used in these cultures and couldn't wait to sit down and learn how to use math in everyday situations. Awesome testimonial there. Patty Pierce, homeschool mom, wrote, my daughter and I appreciate the flexibility of being able to pick and choose from a variety of courses to create the perfect learning experience. That was like really fascinating feedback to hear because I hadn't really thought about going through math art in that way, but there are so many lessons. There's more than a year's worth of content. It could take several homeschool lifetimes actually to really dive in deeper and deeper and deeper at each level. And if you choose to shed unwanted traditional math curriculum, you can go as deep as you want, take as many rabbit trails as you want, tailor a roadmap of learning for each child that they individually want. Math art is flexible in that way, just like Patty said. Thank you, Patty. Crystal, also known as Finnamoon. So Finnamoon, I like that. That's a very cool nickname. Mine is, my other name is _GLOW. So she's a homeschool mom, and she wrote, there was so much in the lessons we went through that I even learned along with my kids. We can't wait to delve in deeper. Jennifer, homeschool mom from the Schoolhouse Teachers Review crew, wrote, we got started in math art observing a beautiful bean mosaic, which really inspired my girls to search out artistic opportunities with all sorts of stuff outdoors. We are heading to the beach tomorrow, and they cannot wait to find shells and rocks to get creative with. Every one of my kiddos, from the 5-year-old to the 15-year-old, found something that they were super excited about. And I found a handful as well that I determined to complete with or without my kids. I really loved hearing that. Thank you, Jennifer. So I have actually been asked by some homeschool moms in the past to create an adult version of math art. So if I get enough demand, I may very well do that in the future. So email me if that's something you're interested in. And I think the reason why so many adults are interested in this, in math art themselves, is because we weren't taught this way in schools. Like most of us, unless you were fortunate enough to become homeschooled, most of us went through the traditional math education grind, textbooks, dry lecture, this painful step-by-step math learning, repetition. Math art is it's several next levels beyond all that. It gets you exploring, experiencing, experimenting with mathematics, with which the whole family can enjoy together. All right, so click the link, join math art while the price is this low. After tonight at midnight, prices will rise. So join us now, and I'd love to see you on the inside.